Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. India and Ghana have reaffirmed their long-standing diplomatic ties with a landmark visit by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the West African nation. Modi arrived in Accra on Wednesday for a 2-day state visit that marks the beginning of a 5-nation tour that will also include stops in Namibia, Brazil, Argentina, and Trinidad and Tobago. So how significant is Modi's visit to Ghana? DW's Isaac Kelechi in Ghana has more.
This visit is particularly significant as it is the first by an Indian Prime Minister to Ghana in over 30 years. Diplomatic relations between the two countries date back to Ghana's pre-independence era, with both nations sharing membership in the Commonwealth and the non-aligned movement, a coalition of states not formally aligned with any major power bloc. Now, during the 2-day visit, several bilateral agreements were signed, focusing on key sectors such as agriculture, healthcare, defense cooperation, and support for Ghana's ambition to become a vaccine production hub in Africa. India continues to be a major investor in Ghana, with trade between the two nations currently valued at approximately $3 billion. India is also one of the largest importers of Ghanaian gold, and in recognition of his contributions to strengthening bilateral ties, Prime Minister Modi was awarded one of Ghana's highest national honors, the Officer of the Order of the Star of Ghana. Before concluding his visit, he addressed Ghana's parliament, underscoring the deepening partnership between the two nations.
Nigeria's top opposition leaders have launched a new coalition aimed at unseating the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) in the 2027 presidential election. The alliance under the African Democratic Congress (ADC) is led by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Labour Party's Peter Obi, both runner-ups in the last election. They are joined by other prominent figures, including ex-Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, who recently resigned from the APC. Interim Chairman David Mark, a former Senate president, said the coalition seeks to prevent Nigeria from becoming a one-party state. President Bola Tinubu has been accused of using state power to pressure opposition defections, allegations he denies. Still, support from some of his allies has raised concerns about shrinking democratic space. The coalition draws comparisons to the 2015 alliance that ended the People's Democratic Party's 16-year rule, with critics accusing Tinubu's government of failing to deliver on promises to fix security and the economy. And finally, US President Donald Trump will host leaders from 5 African nations in Washington next week to discuss trade, investment, and regional security. According to media sources confirmed by Semaphore and first reported by Africa Intelligence, the summit set for July 9 to 11 will bring together heads of state from Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal. A White House official said the meeting reflects Trump's belief in Africa's incredible commercial opportunities. The talks come amid rising tensions over US foreign aid cuts. The Trump administration has slashed funding to Africa, shifting focus to trade-driven partnerships aligned with its America First agenda. On Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the U.S. was abandoning what he called a charity-based foreign aid model and will favor those nations that demonstrate both the ability and willingness to help themselves. U.S. envoys will now be evaluated based on commercial deals secured on the continent. And that's all the time we had for today. Don't forget to leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, DW Africa. I am Okeringu Shinado.